What's up, guys? Welcome to the Hot Crypto Mining YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to talk a little bit about what I'm mining in 2024 and what some of my plans are moving forward. It's going to be a very interesting year, and I do have my eyes on a few projects that I am currently mining right now. Can't wait to share it with you. Let's roll the intro and let's get into it. Okay, so 2024 is going to be a really interesting year. We have a lot of great projects coming out, and I really can't name them all in this video, but there are 3 projects right now that I am still mining that I do want to share with you. Let's get into it. So the first one is KASPA. Now, I've talked about KASPA a lot. I do like what they're doing. They've built a really successful layer 1, and I do believe they're going to revolutionize blockchain technology. I mean, the transactions are ultra fast, 1 block per second, and when they implement their new Rust programming language, it's going to be even faster, and supposedly it's going to give it a nice foundation for its layer 2, which I think is going to be very important for KASPA to implement in the coming months. I will say this, it is very important that KASPA moves forward with this. Layer 1s can only get so far when you're just purely a transactional coin. Now, I will say this, Bitcoin is the exception to the rule. You can't compare the two. It's the very first crypto, and everybody since Bitcoin has been trying to make it better. Like, how many people have taken the idea of Bitcoin and tried to make it better? And a few have maybe succeeded. I'm a big fan of Litecoin, and I still think it's doing very well. But however, KASPA is one of my favorite projects. I'm still mining it right now with 3 original KS0s doing 100 gigahash each at about 60 watts per ASIC. Honestly, they run off 120, set it and forget it, and just let it stack over time. So that's what I'm doing with that. If you have GPUs and you want to mine KASPA, KASPA still is GPU mineable. However, you're not going to really get much because there are a lot of ASICs on the network right now. If you don't know what an ASIC is, it's an application specific integrated circuit, which means that it only works on one algorithm or a set of algorithms depending on the manufacturer, model, and etc. However, with that being said, there are some coins that do have high yields with GPUs that you can go through unminable and stack KASPA that way. So that is an option if you are purely a GPU miner. Now, I will say this, guys, the KASPA ASICs are flooding the network, so yields will be down naturally, but I think long-term KASPA is a good hold, and that's what I'm doing with it. So number 2 for me is going to be Radiant. Now, I know I talk a lot about layer 2 and how important it is, but Radiant is a purely transactional coin. That's it. And I really do think that it has really low fees. It is pretty quick, and I think it's going to pick up some steam in the next bull cycle. People are going to be looking for cheap alternatives to transact their crypto, and I think Radiant is going to be a great option. Now, I will say this, right now the yields are looking really good on Radiant. I have 2 rigs on it, and it's doing about 2,500 Radiant a day. If I was you and you had the extra power to spare, not financial advice, but getting a small bag of Radiant might be a safe play. It has tons of room to grow, and in my opinion, it's completely undervalued as a project. However, if you go on their website, it does say they are not an investment, which I do think is pretty funny. However, I know a lot of people mining Radiant and holding it. Now, I will say this, Radiant and Ravencoin and projects alike are all the same. They are just forks of Bitcoin. And I'll tell you this right now, if Radiant goes to where Ravencoin is right now, it's a decent uptick in price and in value. So I will say that Radiant, for me, is a great project to mine. It's energy efficient on the algorithm, and honestly, the fees are so cheap to transact. So there are confirmed reports of FPGAs on the Radiant network. I will say this, when FPGAs hit a network, ASICs usually follow. That's the understanding here in the crypto mining community. GPUs are still doing very well. If you have a GPU farm, you're not sure what to mine with, put it on Radiant, set it and forget it. The yields are decent, even for small 4-card or 8-card rigs. I'm telling you guys, it'll probably be a good play leading into the next bull cycle. Obviously, make sure you do your research into the project before you just dive in. I'm just letting you guys know this is what I'm doing. Okay, so number 3 is going to be ALEPHIUM. Now, I know this doesn't come as a surprise to many of you who watch my channel, but I will say this, ALEPHIUM is doing great things. They recently broke an all-time high, over $1.50 per coin, and honestly, I am so surprised. They have companies building on their ecosystem, and they are going to be doing great things in the next coming months. ALEPHIUM has been rumored to have FPGAs on the network. I have seen nothing confirmed about this right now. However, I do think an ALEPHIUM ASIC is on the horizon. So if you have a GPU farm and you want to stack some ALEPHIUM, now would be the time to do it before the ASICs flood the network. Now, I did talk about this previously in my last video. I won't get too much in depth with it, but the devs at ALEPHIUM have talked about capping the hash rate as to not wreck the project with too much hash rate, as we see with a lot of other mineable coins. Like I said, the hash rate is spiking right now on Mining Pool Stats. You can go check it out at miningpoolstats.stream, and you can see all the coins and all their hash rates. But honestly, I really love the project. I think they're going to be doing great things here in 2024. So let's look at HiveOS. I want to show you guys my rigs, my overclocks, and if it helps you, please feel free to take some of the information. All right, guys, so currently my mining farm is really small compared to what it used to be. I have about 4 3080s mining Radiant, along with 4 3090s on Radiant, and I have about 4 3090s on ALEPHIUM. Now, I did go for the density factor here, and that's just going to be my play. So we'll get into the 3080s real quick, and this is what I am mining. The 3080s are Micron memory, getting about 959 mega hash at 122 watts. Looks like I got one piece of silicon lottery right here at 90 watts, and that's really good. We'll move over to the flight sheet, and this is where I put my overclocks. Please feel free to take these if you need it, and definitely try it out on your rig. Please do it at your own risk because every card is different. Now we're going to get into the 3090s on Radiant, and they're looking pretty good. 1.125 gigahash on just about all the cards, and it looks like this one's at 110 watts, which is really good and efficient on the 3090. If you have any recommendations, please let me know in the comment section. We'll get to the flight sheet over here, and these are the overclocks as well. Pretty basic overclocks, nothing crazy, but very good on Radiant. So looking at the 3090s on ALEPHIUM, I really like it. They're efficient. 2.3 gigahash at 152 watts on one of them. Temperatures look really good. Getting into the flight sheet, you might notice that the overclocks are very similar to what I have on Radiant. These algorithms do operate very similar. I'm mining to hero miners right now, and the yield honestly is actually pretty good considering that the hash rate just went crazy. So if you're interested, please take the overclocks. Make sure you guys do this at your own pace. Overclock very safely. Do what is best for the card that you have. Start slow and work your way up. You can go to hashrate.no, get some base overclocks there. I have seen times where people put overclocks and they don't restart the miners and stuff, and then these cards go crazy full bore and they don't notice. Please, if you're gonna put overclocks, stop the miner, put your overclocks in, and then restart it. That is the best practice. Don't change them while they're mining. Sometimes they won't take, and if your cards go full bore for too long, you could burn up your cables and all kinds of stuff. It's just never a good idea. So guys, be careful doing it and pay attention. So just an update for you guys. I have made some investments into my new office / YouTube studio, got some new lighting, got a new camera, and I'm getting some gear that's going to make me more productive as a content creator, because I really do want to take the content to the next level. I've also been working on a lot of my editing skills, and I do think some of the videos are getting better. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think. If you have any suggestions for my channel, I would really like to know. Also, let me know what you guys are mining in 2024. So guys, it's been great. Comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hawk out.